what is it they like to say? I'm living my best life. I'm just living my life.
YOLO.
And right, and that's what they want you to know. When they say that, you need to take heed and ask more questions. When somebody's coming to you telling you, I'm just living my life. Okay, so let's talk about what that means and what that means for us as far as whatever this situation is that we have between one another.
And it's important also because, again, at 40, almost 41, shameless plug, my birthday is next month.
Oh, my God.
It's also important to know this because at my age, people are already probably have been married and divorced.
Right.
So you have a lot of people who get divorced who say never again. Mm-hmm. I'm one of few who don't. I do believe in marriage. I do want to be married again if that's in God's will. And I'm okay with it. I believe that that's how it's supposed to be. I believe man and woman should be together.
Right.
You know, companionship is important. I believe all of that.
Right.
But you do have some people who done the marriage thing and they're so drained with the idea of it. They just say, you know what, forget marriage. I'm over it. I mean, I don't see the purpose. I saw a girl in one of my groups that I'm in that said she don't see the purpose of a marriage and co-parenting and this, that, and third. You don't have to be married to co-parent, which is true. Right. However, it's not ideal to me.
But it sounds like she's assuming that when anybody speaks of marriage, someone is trying to pressure her into marrying her child's father. Like, it sounds like that's her issue.
Right.
So I'm thinking
like she should never be married again, period.
Right. Oh, my.
And but I know people who have been married who say that. I know people who have been married who said that, who've been married, divorced, and said that, and then got remarried when they met the right person.
See.
So you never know what's going to happen because it's just not our plan. However, you have to be clear on the intention when you meet people. If I meet a guy, you know, just some women probably think, or some men, just because you meet someone who's been previously married, that, oh my God, they are marriage material. They would want to be, no, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
You don't know what happened with that previous marriage. They may be so scarred that they're over it.
And I know a lot of divorced people who do not want to get married again. And like you said, I know some still open to love. But even speaking up for the people who have never been married, if I'm 40 and never been married, I have to admit, if I waited this long, I'm hoping I waited this long to make the best decision for me, and it's actually going to last. So I don't want to be jumping in and out of love. I don't want to be jumping in and out of situationships and end up with somebody. I'm thinking, okay, we're doing great and we're headed towards, marriage. And this person turns around and says, oh, no, I never want to get married. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why it's so important for us to have that conversation, because we want to make sure we're all traveling on the same road.
Absolutely.
That would be can you imagine dating someone for so long, not having that conversation and thinking, you're leading up to maybe a proposal, and this person says, I just can't see me doing it.
I ain't got that kind of time in my life. I ain't got that kind of time in my life.
But I imagine it would hurt.
But I imagine that would be devastating.
I would admit. But I have been that woman that did not want to get married. I told you that. I went through this phase in my life where I was so anti-marriage, and it was just a lot going on in my life. It's a whole long story, but we're going to let that go right now.
One day I'm going to be your flower girl. Get over it.
Oh, my God. Did she say flower girl?
Get over
it. Wait a minute, Jesus. But it took some adjustments in my life, and me turning myself around and getting to know myself better. I was like, okay, I am interested in marriage. This is what I had an issue with. So it was about me knowing myself better and understanding exactly what my issue was and how to correct that. And that's how I turned around on the whole marriage topic. But definitely we want to have those conversations, man, and not end up in a situation where we're dating someone and we're driving in two different directions. Like, you're really wasting each other's times. And I don't know that I would ever date another friend, like a long-term friend that I would be too nervous of losing that friendship. I wouldn't want to compromise the friendship that we have just to try and see if the relationship will work, So I think for me, and I'm not interested in taking that type of gamble at this point, because this time in life, or this late in life, however you want to put it, you really you don't want to keep running through friends and so forth. If you got people that's been in your life for years, you really want to hang on to them, because it's difficult getting to know new people these days. Not saying that you shouldn't try, I just believe it's really difficult, getting comfortable and gaining that trust all over again, especially when it comes to good quality friends.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I would want to take that chance again. I would rather try and meet somebody from scratch. But I would love to hear you guys' opinion on that. I want to know, like, how do you feel about that? If the dating a friend situation didn't work out for you in the past, can you see yourself dating another friend? Do you feel like it's best to meet brand new people when it comes to a relationship so that you don't compromise those friendships?
Now, another piece for that for me is staying friends with an ex. And I've been able to do that with pretty much all my exes. Because I don't hold grudges, for one. I have some breakups. Honestly, I can't tell you why we broke up.
Oh, wow. Well, I don't hold grudges, but I will tell you this. I'm careful with the word friend, so even though I don't have a grudge, I'm perfectly okay with us not communicating. That doesn't mean I hate you.
Yeah.
No,
just I have couples that we communicate. I won't say dating, but we, I can't put them in the friend box.
Right.
But then there are some I'm just cool with. I get along with. If I see them, it's all cordial, it's all love. How you been? What's going on?
No, for me, wish you well. I have some to where we no longer have hard feelings between us. Yeah. That is it. That is all. There's nothing more to it. That's why we leave it, And that's perfectly okay. We're not going to cuss each other out if we see each other crossing the street. However, we might not speak at all.
I'm just a little weird. For me, I mean, because I've never had a bad breakup. I can't recall having a really bad breakup, honestly. I mean, even my separation and divorce wasn't horrible. So it's just, I don't harbor any bad energy, and I'm not saying that other people do. I just don't harbor bad energy, and I'm okay with saying, I've known you. Look at my ex-husband. It's safe to say we're friends.
Yeah.
We're co-parents.
I would definitely agree with that.
So, we're going to be friends forever. We just friends for life. Bad boys for life. It is what it is. So,
and I think it's possible to still remain more than cordial. I won't say cordial, but more than cordial with an ex. I do know that it's possible.
It is.
But I just don't know that all friendships can be salvaged after you cross that line.
No. That's the topic. And no, I don't think they all can. I think you just have to tread very lightly. And like I said at first, it's a gamble. But like I said, me and my friend, we established that, and he's one of my best friends. We established that on the front end, and I think both of us took something away from our situationship. I know I definitely did. I can't speak for him, but I think we both did. And to this day, we still have a great friendship, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm glad that I was able to get past my own feelings, because that's not to say I never had feelings for him. But I'm glad I was able to get past my feelings and say, you know what, I value this friendship more than anything.
Right, and maybe keep that not necessarily contained, but under control or however.
Yeah, I kept it contained. I was like, you know what, Cicero, snap out of it. Because at the end of the day, you can't force something that's not there.
Right.
The friendship is there. Is a relationship and a possibly good marriage there? Not necessarily.
And that's the whole point. How far do you see yourself going with this person? And are you satisfied with that ultimately?
Right.
Like if you only see yourself in a decent relationship, not necessarily marriage, are you satisfied with that? Is that where you want to say? And some people are going to say yes. Like you said, not everybody wants to get married.
Right.
So some people are perfectly fine staying in long-term relationships and never getting married.
Some people are perfectly okay with that.
But it's about you asking yourself the tough questions and then turn around having those hard conversations with the person that you're seeing or trying to see to make sure you're on the same page.
And see, for me, if I didn't want to remarry, and if I didn't want the relationship, it probably would have been a little different. But knowing that this is what I want it more than just a couple of nights or just, you stopping by every now and again when it's convenient for you or me. I know I wanted more than that. So that's where I had to reevaluate some things and say, Cicero, you know what? Let's be honest with you. This is not what you want. This is not the extent of what you want.
Right.
So let's go ahead and cut this off right now and move towards something better. And I'm pretty sure he, as a friend, will support my decision. Well, he has supported my decision. He's perfectly okay with me saying, I'm drawing a line here. We can't do that anymore. He's perfectly okay with that. And we go on.
And that's really good. And I think, like you said, ultimately that was because he valued the friendship as well. You
Yeah.
both
Oh, yeah.
valued what you already had, and you
Oh,
weren't willing to sacrifice that. So I think that's a big part of it, and also maintaining that communication so that you both see that when it's headed in the wrong direction, you know when to abandon ship to try and salvage the friendship, as opposed to trying to force something that is not, and then making things worse and losing that relationship and that friendship altogether. So
as in terms of forcing things that don't fit, I apply that to all aspects of my life.
right.
And I find myself learning to deal with things a lot better when I realize, Cicero, you can't force what doesn't fit.
And there you go.
That helps.
Let go of that unnecessary stress, because you're
Yep.
trying to force it. You putting yourself through something you don't even have to deal with. Just
Absolutely.
let it go. I love that. I definitely love that.
Well, on that note, guys, we're going to switch things up and get ready to get on up out of here. However, before we do, thank you again. We had so much fun on that live last week.
Oh, it was awesome.
You guys gave some great feedback. We had some good conversation. Nobody wanted to jump in on video with us, but I kind of wish you had. Maybe next time around.
Yeah, maybe next time.
But,
Usually they do. So I think a few people were missing that are usually there that like to jump in and be more interactive. But I think they did great. Thank you for even watching.
We had a good turnout. We had some good feedback, some good responses. So just be looking forward to more lives. We'll definitely be planning more. We want to do what we say at least once a month.
Well, that's the goal. We're not quite there yet, but the goal is to maybe do a live video at least once a month.
Yeah. So we want to try to work on this. So be on the lookout for that.
Definitely.
But definitely tune in. When you tune into this one, let us know what you think. If you got some stories to share, we'd love to hear those stories. I'm sure everybody's had this bout with friendship and sex and situationships, excuse me. So let's hear some of those stories.
And we definitely want to hear your experiences, because we know not everybody is the same. Not everybody's going to handle it the same or come out of it the same. So,
and some of you may still be in one. So we ain't got to know all your business, but let us know your thoughts.
You don't have to tell us no names.
Just let us know your thoughts on it, how you feel about it.
But definitely share the podcast. Invite your friends and family to listen in.
Yes.
Give us that critique. Let us know how you feel about the podcast in general, or a specific topic that we've had. And don't forget, we look forward to your suggestions. We love them.
Absolutely.
So go ahead and drop us some more suggestions and let us know exactly what it is that you want to hear.
Yeah. And to be able to do that, you got to hit us up on Instagram at Switching Lanes Podcast, Twitter at Just Switch Lanes, YouTube. You can do it in the comment feed on YouTube when you listen to our podcast. You can send us the email at switchinglanes901@gmail.com. And of course, you got your Facebook group, and we got our like page. So you can inbox one of us. You can inbox the group.
Absolutely.
You can put it out there on the group. Hey, just tell us what you think. And keep those suggestions coming for topics, because we love to be able to give you what you want to hear.
Yeah, and do not forget to follow us on all of the newer platforms that we've just been joined. That we just joined, which are going to be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. We're still on Spreaker and iHeartRadio.
Yes.
Yeah, iHeartRadio is one of my favorites. That's where I catch a lot of stuff. I did. I covered Apple as well. And if you're on any of those platforms following us, be sure to rate us. Thank you so much for listening. We love the support, guys. You guys are awesome. And until next time, love, Jen and Cicero.